All right, Sam Houston State and UCF. UCF 22.5-point home favorites, 58.5 the total. Sam Houston State outright didn't need the 10 points, 11 points they were getting in that game against Rice. What a performance from a team that all summer I said over their 4.5 win total. A much improved team in Conference USA. Now, granted, it's the weakest conference in college football, but I thought Sam Houston would be improved. I love what I saw from them, really both sides of the ball. They were opportunistic on defense, forcing turnovers from Rice early in that game. They capitalized on them. I thought they held up well at the line of scrimmage in that football game as well, in that 34-14 win. 178 rushing yards, 229 through the air. Was very impressed with Hunter Watson, the new starting quarterback here for Sam Houston. Played well. They ran the ball. They were good on defense. They frustrated E.J. Warner, a pretty decorated quarterback, getting him into Rice from Temple. Forced him into 2 interceptions. There's a lot to like about Sam Houston. And the one thing I can say now, going back to last year, they're on one hell of a run as an underdog, catching points. I'm going back to the well here. Sam Houston plus 22.5. Now, this is a step up. This ain't Rice now. This is UCF. This is a very good Big 12 team. A Big 12 team that 57-3 against New Hampshire last week. KJ Jefferson looked pretty solid. The run game with RJ Harvey was dominant. But look, Sam Houston last week against Rice. Now, again, UCF's run game's a little bit more impactful, but 47 rushing yards on 18 rush attempts for Rice. That was it. So their run defense shut down Rice. UCF's a lot more potent ground attack and better offensive team, but I think Sam Houston still north of 3 touchdowns. I saw enough that they can hang around here, I think, in this game. And the one thing about UCF, they just overpowered New Hampshire at the line of scrimmage, ran the ball down their throat. That's all they had to do. KJ Jefferson still only completed 7 passes in that game against New Hampshire last week. Keep that in mind. And New Hampshire's breaking in a new quarterback and a new offense because that Brosmer kid, Max Brosmer, left New Hampshire, transferred to Minnesota, where he's now playing for the Golden Gophers. And so that was kind of a starting over offense that New Hampshire has that UCF kind of took advantage of. So not exactly the greatest test of the UCF defense there for the UCF defense facing that totally revamped New Hampshire offense. So, and then you factor in the scheduling situation, first ever Big 12 conference game for UCF next week on the road in Fort Worth at TCU. That seems like a little bit of a bigger game to me than this one. So, yeah, give me Sam Houston State one more time as an underdog. Hey, give it to me one more time. Once is never enough. What's that song? Yeah, that's what I'm doing here with Sam Houston State. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, you know what? I think UCF wins this football game, but this 3 touchdowns, Sam Houston just keeps cashing tickets for me as well. And if UCF will be able to run it, it just can't contain it a little bit, you know. And Jefferson, yeah, he's just not the greatest passer. 7 of 14, we saw it hit and miss at Arkansas. But man, 22.5, and I like them at home. One of the better teams at the bounce house. But this is huge. And one thing, if they run a ton, there's not a huge plays. If Sam Houston could just stingy because they want to run it too. I thought the total was a little bit high. I got to look into a little bit more, but I think there might be points, but I kind of lean under in this game.